Today I'm going to speak to you about creating characters and how I create characters. And some of them are selfies because they have to do with stories that I went through. But most of the time, they're really not. They could be my alter ego, but they're probably the alter ego of a lot of people I know. They're probably little bits and pieces of people that I have met. The one thing in common that this character that I have created, which is a woman over 50 who lives alone and she has a dog. So she'll have a dog in different illustrations, but the dog will be different because it's never the same woman. Her hair color will be different. It might be blonde, purple, because it is different people, but it's just the same character. Kind of confusing, isn't it? That's what's so good about illustration. Like I said, you can create your world. But the one thing that most of the drawings have in common is that she wears these really funny pointy shoes. Let's see if I can find one for you. And here's one. And let me bring it up for you. You see how the toe curls up? Most of the time she has that. I love the pointy shoes. There's something cartoonish about them, and they add a lot of character to the drawing. Doesn't make it so serious, and so I try to add them in. But sometimes I do an illustration of the woman over 50 with a sensible pair of shoes if she's going out for a walk in the forest or something like that. But they're never very sensible. They might have a little heel. Let me see if I can find one for you here. Okay, I found a good pair of sensible shoes that are not very sensible. Let me see. My character is always just a little bit off. Her dress is always a little bit too tight or too loose, or the shoes are too high or too low. Nothing's quite there, because that's what life is all about, right? And to continue the topic about where I get my ideas for illustrations, I'm always getting them from day-to-day life and from people's stories. The other day I was with two friends of mine and we were having coffee, and one of my friends was telling me that she had to go to a wake, and she was at work and had to buy something for the wake. So she asked her boss if she could leave to get it, and she went out to a store. And she said she doesn't know why, but she went into the store and got a red pair of boots. And I love the story because then she went on to say that she went back to her office and the boss said, well, did you get what you needed? Are you going to be okay for the wake? And she said yes, and she opened the box and showed the red boots. So I'm imagining everybody very confused as to why she needed a red pair of boots for a wake. And so I went home and I did a sketch very quickly to remember, what she told me, and to see what I could do with that story. Let me get a close-up here for you. And so I'm not happy with this drawing, by the way. This is just a sketch, and I'm going to show you several sketches. And so what happened is here, this got really small and not important, and this became a lot more important. And I want the red boots to be important. So I went back to the, what we say, the drawing board, and did a bunch of sketches to figure out, how I was going to show this. And so look how much looser these drawings have become. And now I'm still working on it. And my idea is for the drawing to become something between this and this. This is too stiff. And this is, of course, they're just sketches, but look how nice and loose. And I love the pointy, the pointy toes. And so I will share it with you as soon as I have an idea about what this is going to look like.